A woman spends 3 years' salary only to buy a biscuit, but she can only cautiously take a small bite and then hurriedly spit it out. Then she carefully arranges the remaining part into a nice shape. She buys an expensive breakfast not to eat, but just to take a beautiful photo and post it on her social media, accompanied by a carefully crafted inspirational quote. Finally, she can finally enjoy the delicacy she desired. But soon her friends all start giving her perfect ratings, and as the scores gradually rise, Laura feels satisfied. In order to gain everyone's admiration, every morning the first thing she does is practice smiling in front of the mirror, hoping to leave a good impression on everyone. In this society where scores are everything, scores have become the standard for evaluating others' excellence. In the future world, in the eyes of humans, everyone is forced to have a smart chip that can check anyone's score at any time. Faced with a very polite passerby, scores can be given at any time. People with lower scores are looked down upon by everyone, but if the score drops to 0, they will be imprisoned. One day, Laura meets a colleague on the same floor in the elevator. Seeing that the colleague's score is very high, Laura instantly comes up with an idea. She quickly checks her social media to get basic information about her colleague and immediately starts observing his words and actions, flattering him. If she can get this top-tier person to give her a high score, she might be able to advance. Laura is always making an effort to smile and face everyone, afraid that any expression might make the other person uncomfortable. But even though she is cautious in her daily life, the scores she receives are not as good as she hoped. At this moment, she discovers something surprising and clicks on it with an anxious heart. Unexpectedly, it's her best friend from high school who she hasn't contacted in a long time. To her surprise, his score is nearly perfect. Laura takes out the doll her friend once sewed for her and hopes to exchange points for their past friendship with this gift. Finding the right angle, she confidently takes a beautiful photo and adds the names they gave the doll when they were young, hoping to awaken their memories and receive a perfect score. But as she waits, her mood becomes increasingly uneasy. Fortunately, their friendship has not diminished over the years, and her friend directly gives her a full score. However, just when Laura is immersed in the joy of happiness, she occasionally comes across a setback. At this moment, a black guy with a friendly face brings her coffee. Without much thought, she kindly gives a perfect score. This gesture instantly boosts his score. However, all her colleagues start looking at her with strange eyes. Just when Laura is very confused, a colleague quietly tells her the reason. It turns out the black guy divorced his friend yesterday, and everyone blames him for the failed marriage. Laura's perfect score for him has offended everyone. Soon, her colleagues rush to give her the lowest score, causing her score to plummet at an alarming rate. Now Laura is completely at a loss as to how to remedy the situation but still has to awkwardly smile at her colleagues. To relax, she specially goes to an upscale residential area. Laura has always been attracted to the beautiful environment of this area, where high-scoring individuals live. The salesperson thoughtfully projects the scene of her buying a villa. The sight in front of her makes her really tempted. Isn't this the life she has always desired? Laura immediately decides to buy it in full, but the high cost makes her hesitate. The salesperson seems to sense Laura's concerns and directly recommends the best option if she becomes their esteemed member. She can immediately enjoy a 50% discount, but the prerequisite is that she must have a score above 4.8. However, her own meager score is just above 4. Laura realizes that it's impossible to reach such a high score in a short period of time. So she hires an expert in gaining followers. After a simple understanding, the expert quickly discovers the clues. In this complex web of relationships, socializing seems extensive, but in reality, all the people one interacts with are of low quality. Even though friends on social media give her perfect scores, it still takes 30 years of time. Laura doesn't want to wait until she's old to live in a big house. The expert quickly comes up with a foolproof plan to gain followers in a short time. If Laura can reach out to these people, become their friend, and get them to boost her followers, she can quickly rise to the desired score.